Hello there, my lovelies. Today I'm going to be making some novelty cupcakes. They're going to be lemon and vanilla. So it's going to be a simple vanilla sponge with a nice buttercream layer on top. But these are novelty cakes, and you'll see in a minute why. If you'd like to follow along at home or try these out for yourselves, I will put a link in the description box with details of the recipe that I have used today, along with links to any sites or shops where you can buy the items required for today's make. So before we get started, I just want to show you two very important items that you'll need for this make. So I'll just bring these in. First of all, you're going to need some moulds similar to this, and as you can see, they are little plant pots, but they are made out of silicone, so they're bendable and you can pop them in the oven. And these are specially designed for cake making. These are by Wilton, and you get 12 in a pack for £7 in the UK. So they're verging on sort of the expensive side, but I think they are super cool, especially for making cakes like I'm going to make today. And the bonus of using these also is you don't have to take your cake out of your mould, because it acts as a decorative piece. So I would definitely recommend these to anyone who makes cakes on a regular basis, such as myself. You can possibly find them online. I don't know of any other brands that currently do them, but I'm sure there are others out there possibly. So let's just pop those to one side. There we go. So that's the first important part you'll need. The second is this nib here. Now if I just give you a close-up, you can see the tiny holes in the top. There we go, that's better. Now my camera's focused. You can see the tiny dots in the top of the nib. This one is also from Wilton, and it is the 233 nozzle, and this will create the effect that I'm going to use on the top of my cake. So this is also very important, or a nib that's very similar. So also another tip, if you are new to making cupcakes and you're buying icing bags and sets and bits that you need for baking, you also might need one of these. I just twist it off. Okay, so I've got to be very careful. If you're using piping bags like mine, when you get your nozzle sets, this is a universal nozzle adapter basically. So pop your nozzle in and it will fit any Wilton nozzle. I'm pretty sure most brands are universal with these, and then you can simply screw it onto your bag and it will hold your nozzle in place, so you can get a good amount of piping done without any mess. Now this works perfectly for bags like I'm using, which is a ready to go bag that you can reuse over and over again. However, if you use disposable icing bags, you don't need to worry about this extra piece, because you can cut disposable icing bags to the width of your nozzle. But it is a very handy piece of kit, and I would recommend buying one. I've got 3 in my cake cupboard, just to make sure that I have the right equipment for the job. Okay, so there's a little tip there. Just pop you away for the moment. Okay, so you can see it's very yellow, my mixture. So this is my lemon cake mixture, and I actually added some yellow food colouring to the bowl to make it extra bright and lemony looking, and I really wish we had smell-o-vision on YouTube because it smells so lemony. I love it. I love making lemon cake. So that is my mixture. Okay, so I'll just pop you to one side. So the second part you'll need for your cupcakes at the end, when they have cooled, is your icing. So we talked about the nozzle that I'm going to be using, and here is my luminous green icing. Okay, so for this I've used a buttercream mixture. Again, I'll put all the details in the description box. But it's super soft and very, very green. I added quite a bit of food colouring for this one. And this has a little bit of vanilla essence in with it, so it'll go nicely with the lemon sponge. Just pop that to one side. And then lastly, you don't have to do this, but as a finishing touch, I have some white decorating icing, which is ready to squeeze out. Now, you can get nozzles again that just screw onto the base of these, which is really useful. You don't have to try and make your own. You can just buy a nozzle that goes straight onto here to get the effect that you want. I'm using this really tiny one, and it is number 24. It's a small star nozzle, so when I pop mine on there, I'm going to be using this for decoration right at the very end. Again, this is an additional step, but you will see it all come together very soon. So, pop you away. Okay, bring back my molds. So the amount that I have in my lemon mixture should be enough to fill all these cases. So obviously if you're making a larger batch, you just need to double the ingredients and you'll get double the amount of cake. So I'm going to fill my mixture and I'm going to pop it in the oven for around about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on if you have a fan assisted oven like me, it goes very quickly. So I will see you in about 15 minutes. So here are my cakes, and they look lovely and yellow. Now some of them had a little dome on them, so I just took a small knife and leveled them out so they're flat against the top of my mold. So I'm just going to move some of these and I will show you how I ice them. let's do these two at the front. Those two there. So I have my green icing in my bag with my nozzle. Okay. So I'm just going to zoom you in for this part so you can see properly what I'm trying to do. Okay. Okay, so let's do this one first. You can do it in short, sharp bursts for short grass, or you can put it on for longer and you'll get longer grass. So let's try and do a little bit. So I'm holding it for a few seconds or so and then pulling up. Okay. Okay, so that bit's a bit long, so I will just smooth that out and work over it. Okay, so you can wipe that off. You can start to see it's looking more like grass. So I'm just working my way around my pot. So this may take some time, but it is worth it in the end when you see how they look. Just push my icing down. Okay, just work around that outer edge. Okay, and a bit more in the middle. Want to build it up a little bit. Okay. So if I just show you this one completed. How cool does that look? Okay. So I'm just going to go and ice the rest of my cakes and then I'll be right back to show you the finishing touches. Here we have my finished cakes. I'm just going to pipe a couple more flowers onto them, just like so. There we go. Okay. So it's really up to you what sort of colours you want to put as your flowers for your icing, but I think you'll agree they give a really cool effect and they look even more like plants in their little pots. So I'll just take one out so you can get a closer look. how you make plant pot cupcakes. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.